Hello everybody, I'm Kane's Gene for Trans by Deaf. The topic for this video is mental transition, which I'm still, I watched Kathy's video on this to kind of get an idea what I should talk about, and I'm still a little vague on what that means. So I guess I will explain. Okay, I'll share this story with everybody. So maybe this will give you an idea of what it was like for me. Um, First of all, I do want to preface it by saying I'm one of those trans people who don't see um, like a stark difference between who I was before transition and who I am now. As far as I don't I don't delineate my personality as far as or divorce. I don't divorce myself from my old personality, who I was before, the things I did before, who I projected myself to be. I still talk about those things. I talk about historical events and decisions I made. Well, right there, I made them. I still did them. Some people talk about their old self as like a whole other separate person. They use pronouns from before the gender they were presenting as at the time. They use their given name at the time. I don't do that. It's me. I see the continuity as far as my mental state, I guess, and how I look at myself. To me, it feels more like not so much that I took a lot away from who I am. I mean, it feels like I broke down a wall, I guess, as far as my identity goes. It's like I I evolved, I guess. I didn't just become somebody else. I evolved, and it's not so much I took a bunch of stuff away. I mean, I suppose there's things I stopped doing to a degree, but I just felt like my horizons opened up, like I could do more things I wanted to do that felt more natural and authentic to me, like talking with my hands, being more expressive. You just, the clothes I can wear. I can do makeup if I want to. I don't have makeup on today, which is a little embarrassing, but it's really snowy and gross outside, and I'm lazy right now. I did a bunch of shoveling earlier. So I didn't want to put makeup on. I still don't want to put makeup on because I'm probably going to have to go back out there and shovel some more. And I'm like, why bother? So anyway, I felt like I have more choices now about how I can express myself, and the things I do just feel more authentic. It doesn't feel like society's telling me I have to do something. At least not like it was before. It's like they were shoving me into a role I totally didn't like at all, because my physical appearance. Whereas now, of course, there's still pressure to be the feminine ideal. At least here in America, I don't know about other countries, but there's that pressure. But at the same time, it's just different. It's like I can accept that pressure, and I still go against it, obviously. I'm not wearing makeup. My nails aren't done. Actually, my nails are kind of gross. Definitely not a girly girl. So anyway, the story I really wanted to say, and I have a short amount of time to say it in, was that the day, I guess this summarizes my mental transition, I guess. The day that I went full time, so I think it was going back to work, or it might have been the lunch before I went back to work, where I met my colleagues for the first time, and this was, I don't know, going on 5 years ago. When that morning while I was getting ready, I realized that he was gone. It's weird, I know. I talk about myself like I just talked about the continuity, but at the same time, I felt like I had just broken up with an abusive boyfriend. That is the best way I have to describe it. That he was gone. I had pushed him out of the house. I put all his shit on the curb, and I didn't have to deal with him anymore. So anybody who's had a bad relationship and finally had enough and got rid of the person, somebody who would hold you back or tell you weren't good enough or that you couldn't do this thing, that you weren't pretty or you weren't handsome enough, just plain old that you weren't good enough. Anybody who's had a relationship with somebody like that and gotten out of it, that would probably be the best way I have to describe it. The most relatable experience that somebody who isn't transgender might have, at least from my experience with going full time and in transitioning. Um, and it still kind of feels that way even now. I mean, words like breakup or divorce, divorce myself from who I was. It's very similar. I guess I don't deny that I was that person, but it's like my identity was so wrapped up in that other person. Like you can get in a relationship, and once I divorced him, parts of him were gone, but yet parts of him lingered too. I was that person for so long that parts of that person are still with me. They're ingrained into me, they're wired into my brain. And that's okay. Um, I don't mind at all. I learned a lot from who I was pretending to be. I take that forward with me, just like any relationship I've had in the past that didn't work out. So that's the best metaphor I have for my mental transition, and I hope you have found that description to be enlightening and educating. So, thank you for joining us, and I'll see you later.